Video games. Why play video games? Well, there's 1,000 different reasons. It's fun, it's entertaining, and it's challenging. There's some benefits that you can get from playing games. Your children, tell your parents about the benefits I'm going to tell you why you want to play games. It makes you to be able to think better. Playing video games can enhance problem solving and memory skills, helping young minds develop. What that means in real life is problem solving. That's a huge thing. In a game, you got to figure out how to win. And all the games have different rules, but you got to learn how to solve that problem to win. It enhances your eye-hand coordination. So the mouse, the fingers, the buttons, thumbs. I've seen people play games, their thumbs are like magic. Well, these skills, number one, you can be a drone pilot, Air Force. So there's some good benefits. Your reading skills, you learn to read better. If you couldn't read, you wouldn't know what the rules are. It gives you more attention spanning in terms of you can just sit there and play for hours. The life skills, you learn to communicate with your buddies. Like you can play on the internet. You got to be able to communicate with people you don't even know. So hang on, and we're going to learn some facts about gaming. Some of you will not know. For example, Mario. Who's Mario? He's a plumber who has been on countless adventures. Did you know that when Mario first appeared in the game of Donkey Kong, yeah, that's an old game, back in 1981, most of you weren't even born. He wasn't called Mario at all. In fact, his original name was Jumpman. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've got a ton of mind-blowing video games facts coming your way. So stick around, jaw-dropping revelations. So let's just dive into it. The first gaming history facts is, who started all this stuff? Who made the first game? Well, surprisingly, it was a scientist, an old smart man, a physicist. He made the earliest video game, the Epic Gaming Marathon. That means setting at a game the longest. That title was for 138 hours. I can't believe that. There's no way. I'd have to go to the bathroom. Sonic Multiverse. Not only was that a good game, Sonic was a hedgehog that conquered the world of video games, but started his own cartoon series, comics, and movies. And then along came Game Boy in space. The Game Boy was the first video game played in space. Yes, grown men played video games. The best-selling console is PlayStation 2. Atari, you guys have all heard of Atari. The Atari 2600 was the first ever console to have an interchangeable game cartridges. The video game design schools, now there's schools just for video gaming. I knew this young kid is really smart in class, and I encouraged him to follow his dream of playing games, and he started studying Japanese cartoons, because Japanese doing a lot of game design. And so he went to work for EA. That's one of the largest game manufacturers, and he got to play games all summer. He worked there in the summer, and he would write down what his thoughts were. That's how EA they had lots of people review their game before they put them in final production, and their likes and dislikes, and sometimes there was little problems here and there, and they'd fix them. Pac-Man. Who invented Pac-Man? That's one of the original games. It was a Japanese guy, Toru Iwatani, the inventor of Pac-Man. Sega. Axe. This is another great game. That was in 1990. Sega published Golden Axe, a classic video game that many gamers remember. So, I've got some of my notes here, and I want to make sure I cover everything. The history of video games, it reflects human innovation, creativity. That's what makes people make money, and everything gets better. Otherwise, we'd be riding around cars with square wheels. Video games have significantly impacted society and culture over the years. In my short life, I've seen it. Their influence extends well beyond the gaming world, touching areas like art, music, and movies. Here's a quick overview of what I'm talking about. Video games that push the boundaries of art and visual designs. Games like Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy are celebrated for their intricate and imaginative worlds, all created. A lot of your movies, I mean, we take it for granted nowadays, generated by computers. Digital artistry within the gaming industry has paved the way for advancements in computer-generated images. They call it CGI. And a huge deal now, AI. I can do videos. I can put these notes into a software program, and it'll make a video just from print. The gaming industry has also influenced music. Some of the soundtracks evolved in complex compositions that evoke emotions, enhance gameplay. So gaming is everywhere. The influence of video game music extends to other media, with orchestras performing game music, concerts, and integrating of game-inspired music in movies and TV shows. Movies. There's a movie I saw where a young kid was playing a game. He thought he was playing a game, but somehow the military plugged in and was watching this kid, and the kid didn't know he was playing on a national defense network. And he thought he was playing a game, but it was real world, and it almost caused a war. Some of the video games inspired movies, such like Resident Evil, Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed. Beyond adaptation, video games, aesthetics, and storytelling techniques that influence the visual style and narrative structure of many films, especially science fiction and fantasy. Video games that contribute to social interactions and communities. Multiplayer games, that's when you play on the internet, and online platforms have fostered friendships and teamwork. And esports, that's another big deal. Esports, like NASCAR racing, believe it or not. They found that guys that have never raced cars, but have just played race car games, they go straight from that to racing real cars, and they were just as good as guys that had real world experience of racing cars. So that was really a mind-blowing experience when they showed everybody they can race just as good as the other guys. Also, another factor that's a bonus, it makes your memory better. And it makes you work with your teams that you get, and build up a community. The educational video games, they're using that in education, where kids don't even know they're learning, they're just having fun. These games cover a wide range of subjects, from math and science and language and history. Some notable platforms for educational games include ABC, which offers learning games and apps for kids' early learning, and various educational games available on consoles and mobile devices. So to wrap it up, video games offer not only cognitive benefits like improved problem-solving skills and enhanced memory, but also social advantages such as teamwork and communication skills. educational games, that's just now getting into education, is a huge tool for helping students to learn. Now, there's some responsibilities you should have playing all these games. Balance, that's a key element. What does that mean, plain old student talk? Excessive gaming can pose a challenge. Too much is not good of anything, even ice cream. So you can become addicted. Addicted means, man, you just got to play games every day. You just got to do it. And another challenge is reduce physical activity. It's balance. It's crucial to cultivate responsible gaming habits for a healthy balance. So to fight the possibility of addiction, it's simple. Just remember, you got to clean, if you're a child, clean your room. Maybe you got chores around the house. When I was a youngster, I had to mow the yard. Take care of your chores. Get some activity, physical activity. Perhaps set time limits. Develop priorities. Oh, I got to get my homework done first. And then you can play. Self-monitor yourself. Be aware of how much time you play games. Communicate with your family, because you are part of the family if you're a youngster. Take breaks, and be responsible. It involves recognizing the challenges of excessive gaming, emphasizing moderation and self-awareness. Self-awareness, be aware of what you're doing, and practice strategies to balance gaming with other activity responsibility. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and I make money and you benefit by staying up to date with all the new exciting AI, artificial intelligence. I want to do a video about how it affects gaming. So have a great day.